This is my 1954 F-100 I've been building for several years now. Basically, I bought it out of Nebraska. Typical internet deal. It wasn't exactly as described, but it was still worth what I paid, but just not exactly what it was described to be. So it originally had a little Y-block engine and a little two-speed Ford automatic. I took that out. I built a 347 for it. It's got a set of NKB 192 heads, cam motion custom billet roller cam, 750 brawler carb, Summit long tubes, running a Summit ignition, and a Pertronix flamethrower distributor that I cut and welded the advanced mechanism to take it from 16 degrees advanced to about 6. It's running a mechanical fuel pump. Typical stuff. I built a C4 for it. It's got an SFI bell, Hughes 3500 stall converter, custom drive shaft. It's still got the factory Dana 44 in the back, but what I did was I used a Jeep center section for the traction lock. Had a strange custom axles done for it. It's got 255 60 15 Mickey Thompson ET Street radials in the back. Like I said before, it has a 3-inch X pipe with dual cherry bomb, chambered mufflers, Summit long tubes. I built a custom steering stabilizer for it. It's got a thicker drag link across because the factory one bent. Up front, I'm running 205 70 R15, just radial tires. I've done front and rear sway bars, Posey's lowering springs in the front and rear. Inside, we've got a Dodge D100 seat my wife found for me. I recovered it with just a cover kit, and it's nice. It's comfortable on a long drive. We've driven it a few hundred miles at a time, and it cruises fine. Everybody's comfortable, minus the heat and sound. I've got a Hurst Promatic 2 shifter, and then just some cheapy gauges, wideband. The heat works still, wipers work, everything works. It's got a Grant steering wheel in it. Just, monster tack. The truck in its current trim has went 11.1 at 121 with a 1.660 foot. It's not bad. I'd like to convert it to EFI in the future. A few other things I'd like to do along the way. But all in all, it's a great driver. It's fun. It doesn't run hot. It doesn't do anything really that it's not supposed to. Being an old truck, though, some of the handling and the heat and noise it's a little rough to deal with on a long trip, but it's not bad. It's still got manual brakes. I've upgraded them. It's got late model F-150 discs in the front, GM calipers, stock drum brakes in the back, but I put fleet material pads in them, and they absolutely stop perfectly. It stops better than you would think for the truck it is. It actually handles better than you would think. I just finished up with the billet cab mounts, front and rear, because the cab was starting to sag a little bit. The mounts were starting to collapse. The new ones are done, and I actually rebraced the chassis because I noticed that the outer ears were starting to sag, causing the cab to sit uneven and door gaps not to line up and stuff like that. But that's all sorted out. It seems to be fine now. Once spring comes around, I'll drive it a little bit. Definitely a healthy sounding truck. Anywhere it goes, people just stop and turn on it. My daughters named it Dad's Dirty Truck when they first saw it, so that kind of name is stuck. It's just, it's just something they call it, and I think it's cute. But all in all, definitely a fun truck. Next up, we're going to be doing noise and heat insulation inside the cab to help cut down on the heat and noise. I do have a radio in this truck, and it's one of the Hot Rod hidden radios. It's a pretty cool thing. A little glitchy sometimes, but it definitely does work and definitely helps keep the truck more streetable. It's Bluetooth, and it just works. I hid the speakers here, and I hid some of them underneath the seat, so you definitely get a nice sound to it. The radio itself, they have their antenna-less system. It's not that great, but the Bluetooth works well. Like I said, it's all been built here in my tiny little garage. But for now, that's what I got till I build a new one in the future, and we'll work on that from here. But like I said, if people want to see it, I'll post up some videos of it running, driving down the road, post up some future projects with it, and other things I'm working on currently.